This is me, and this is Lady, who just magically teleported out of nowhere, and we are on our way to check and see if all the plants I have growing in my greenhouse survived the frost that we had last night. This was the week that I was supposed to start hundreds of tomato plants. Do you see that number? That's insane. But I just found out that I got accepted into one of the largest plant sales in my area, which is throwing all of my plans out of whack. I don't know. There is no way. There's no way. So today we're going to start some seeds and try to figure out what I'm going to do. Okay. I have 2 trays of Snapdragons. One of them I started on the 2nd, so they've been in here for 22 days and there's nothing, and that's because it's been so cold. So if you're new, hi, welcome. If you're not, you know that I'm very simple. So I only have 1 heat mat. This area is not heated. It's basically like a giant winter sowing box. So I'm gonna put them in on top of this heat mat, give them this, and we'll see if they germinate. I'm gonna give them 24 hours. I think they'll be up in 24 hours. But yeah. So basically, this year I wanted to grow like a ton of tomatoes because why not? I saw the light. I used to not like tomatoes. I still don't really like them, but if they're from the garden, that's not the same fruit as the one from the grocery store. But that means starting a lot of tomatoes, having like a big tomato plant sale. I don't even know if anyone where I live cares about that or wants that. And I just got into a really big plant sale that I know people will be attending who want plants. For that plant sale, I wouldn't be growing a ton of tomatoes. I would be growing flower plants. So I feel a little conflicted about starting like 100 tomato plants today. Do you see that number? If I'm going to be starting like hundreds of plants for the other plant sale, but I kind of want to start a lot of tomatoes, so. But I have to make a decision, because if I don't start things today for either plant sale, then we're losing that window of time. So I got to make a decision, but for now, I'm going to start everything else that I planned on starting anyways, and then revisit this topic. Later? Today? I don't know. There are so many lessons with gardening and flower farming and just working with nature in general that I feel like apply to life as a whole, and this feels like a perfect example of just having to improvise. I thought things were going to go one way. I planned on that for months. I had worked on it. I had my little schedule. I was going to do, steps 1, 2, and 3. Then something comes up and everything feels like it's being thrown out the window. But I don't see that as a disaster. I see that as like a challenge to see whether or not I can rise to the occasion. Time will tell, but I was hoping by starting seeds today I would figure out the answers, and I think that I did. It's cold. Ooh. I made a whole video that took me so long about my entire seed starting system that I've been following. Still following it. Let me show you what I'm supposed to do today. This is what January me thought would be a great idea. Do you see that number? That's insane. I don't know where I thought I was going to put all of those plants with all of these. Yeah, this is not happening in like this. I think I'm going to do the basil, the strawflower, the calendula, like everything but this. These, like when it does this for me, that means it's going to 36 and 36 is going to go into one 72 cell tray. And then like this is its own tray, that's its own tray. So I'm going to get the trays that I need, fill them up, and just plug away at this list. my gosh, it's almost March. What the hell? Look at all these seed packets. There is no way. There's no way. It says shiso. Nasturtiums are not getting started. I have Phacelia that I want to direct sow. Same with the cress. Got the leftover calendula. There is not 36 in there, so that is going to change. Oh, we've got more. This is basil, a different shiso. And then here are my cherry tomatoes. So I think what I'll do is 1 tray of these. That way I'll have some growing, and I'll figure out the rest later. So if you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. I am a 20-something who is growing vegetables and cut flower farming on a very, very, very small property. Now, my backyard when I was growing up was literally, I'm going to say 8 feet by 8 feet with a cement block at the bottom. So I feel like my backyard is humongous because it's big. But it's not measured in acres, it's measured in square feet. And there are some people who feel like a farm isn't a farm until you have at least so many acres. So I will let you be the judge of whether I'm a farm or not. But the point is, I'm growing plants and I am selling those plants and I'm trying to build a business doing so. And I'm documenting and sharing the journey on YouTube. So if you're interested in that, be sure to like and subscribe. For someone with the amount of space that I have, I do feel like my forever problem will always be space. And this year and in the past few weeks, the theme I feel like in a lot of what I've been thinking and experiencing, the main problem I've been running into is space in my greenhouse. I specifically did not build this greenhouse with the thought that I would be starting thousands of plants in it. I literally just wanted a covered, protected space that let in a little bit of light, that held a little bit of heat, that I could kind of start a few seeds in last year. And now I've sort of been left with a structure that is not functional for me at all with what I want to do. So I feel like I need to go back to the drawing board and figure out a better setup for myself. But there's no time. It's almost March. I don't have time to do a whole new greenhouse build. I don't have the money to do a whole new greenhouse build. So I need to make it work for me this year and then figure it out maybe in a few more months. Depending on which plant sale I decide to do, I'm going to end up with a space issue. I don't have a ton of space to start a lot of seeds, and over the next month we still have the risk of frost, and a lot of the things that I need to be starting are frost sensitive. So tomatoes, flowers, things that like the warm weather that I would be selling at the plant sale, they all need to be protected and kept warm enough to germinate and grow and be happy and healthy. So I am trying to figure that out. What I think I've decided is that I'm going to be realistic with myself and not grow as many things. But one of the main reasons why I continue to try and build this flower business for my local community is I really care about my local community. It's small but mighty. It's fierce and loyal, and I don't know, I like providing a service to my local community, providing something unique, sharing beauty, and educating people about plants and flowers where I live. So I think I do want to do a local plant sale, but in my mind I was going to start thousands of tomatoes, and I don't think I need to do that. I'd rather start a couple hundred, maybe 200, and just see if people show up. I think that seems more realistic than my grand plans, and that way I can still go a little bit big for the big plant sale. I want a lot of this, so I'm just gonna put it all over. So I'm basically trying to say I want to have my cake and eat it too, but in a responsible way. And I think keeping in mind that I have a small greenhouse and really feeling that it is a point that or a part of my whole operation that I would like to expand, I think it's a good thing to feel like this growing pain, if you will. So yeah, I'm going to do both, but responsibly. Okay, so I am very excited about these cherry tomatoes. I don't specifically remember what they look like, but I picked them for a reason, so I will go over what I'm starting today. Gold Nugget OG, Queen Bee OG, Super Sweet 100 F1, San Marzano, that's a paste tomato, and Sun Gold. And I just have this vision of a table filled with cute little like mosaics of like all different types of cherry tomatoes. I don't know. I don't know if that's worth the effort, but I'm excited. So today we're gonna start these. Last year I just grew the Cherokee Purple tomatoes. Loved those so much. So definitely growing those again, but I think I'm mostly gonna grow cherry tomatoes this year because they're a fun like snack, and I feel like you don't have to cook them, you just eat them. So I'm growing them for farmers market, but you can also use like the foliage in bouquets. So they're a really good like multi-purpose plant for small gardens because you can use them in bouquets, and then you can also grow them and eat them. So I'm gonna start these. I will figure out whether or not I start the other 700 later. I also do not have space for that, so yeah. I don't know what I was thinking, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. We'll cross that bridge later. Thank you for watching. Thank you for starting seeds with me, and I will see you in the next one.